What's up? Josh. Just thought I'd do an in the bag because it's my first video and that seems to be a good idea for the first video. I carry a Dynamic Discs soldier bag, love it. Carries the perfect amount of discs that I need right now. Probably going to be upgrading to a Ranger bag soon, just because I want to throw some new things in there for Christmas, because I'm probably going to be getting some new stuff. So that'll happen. So let's just get into it. Start off with my distance drivers. I carry 5 destroyers, varying in weight and plastic and stuff. So first I have a 171, pretty much my newest one in the bag, destroyer, Star Destroyer. My overstable one, it's basically straight, and then I know it's going to come back. It's pretty much brand new, so I can't really get it to flip yet, but it's getting there. It stands up a little bit on me now, so really excited to see how this thing's going to fly probably next month. Next is my favorite one, just because it's signed by my favorite player, and it's my favorite disc, and it's his favorite disc. Is a 168 gram Star Destroyer. Really liking this one. I'm hoping it's going to beat in a little bit more, because as of right now it's just pretty much straight and just pretty much sits down, fades out a little bit. Hoping it's going to start to flip on me a little bit and S-curve out just a tad bit. So big things for that one. Next is a 175, really beat in, probably the second or third most beat in on my bag. Really, it's slightly S-curves for me. I can throw it flat and it's gonna go right a little bit, but I know it's gonna come back towards the end. I'll just fight it and then it'll come back. Get the most distance out of this one. Love it. Hoping it's gonna start S-curving a little bit more, because I want to take this one out of the bag, which is my next one, and it's a pre-Avery Jenkins 171 gram Star Destroyer. Love this thing. It's my favorite. It was the one that started it all for me. Found it in a pond, had a friend dibs it for me so I could get it. Shout out to you, Kyle, for doing that. Love it. It S-curves for me perfectly. It's my max distance with tailwind, just because if I do, it'll S-curve just a little bit less, and I know it's gonna just come back, and I just love this thing. Feels great, all that good stuff. My last one is a G-Star 175. Just super understable. I found that G-Star plastic is a little more understable, with the exception of the next disc I have in here. If I just throw it flat, it's just going to hook over really hard on me. I throw it on really only one hole like that, and it's because I hang it over a water, and so I need it to come back right pretty fast. If I can hyzer flip it really well. When I hyzer flip it, it flies like my blue one. Just love it. It'll just flip out, it'll S-curve for me, and then it'll come back if I get it high enough. Otherwise I'm boned, because it'll just flip over and it'll just... So I gotta get this one really high if I want to get some distance with it, but yeah, I really like that one actually. Next is a G-Star Thunderbird 171. I'm really liking these. Probably gonna be looking to get a few more of them, either Christmas or within like a little bit, pretty soon actually. Gonna be replacing them with some of the other discs in my bag. Just really great. These are a little more overstable, I've heard, than the Champion one, but they don't make Champion ones. Only the first runs came in Champion plastic, so that's a bummer. But still really like this disc. It's a little stable. It'll go flat, and then I know it's gonna come back left for me. Really liking these. Gonna be throwing a few lighter ones probably in my bag to S-curve them, or just beat the crap out of this one so it S-curves for me, and get some heavier ones so they're a little more stable. But really liking these. Probably gonna be grabbing a few more. Next on my fairways, T-Birds. I carry 3 T-Birds, and 2 T-Birds and a T-Bird 3. G-Star T-Bird 3, 166, just super straight for me. I can just throw it as hard as I want, and if I throw it super hard, honestly, it'll S a little bit, but I can just get this thing it's just so far and so flat, and it'll just sit down. I don't have to worry about it really skipping, because it's that super gummy G-Star plastic, and I just love this thing. It's my go-to if I don't want to throw one of my destroyers or my Thunderbird, but it's a little too far for any of my mid-ranges, this is like really my go-to fairway driver. Next is a 168 Champion T-Bird, just like this one, a little bit more stable. It just goes super straight for so long. It'll fade out a tiny bit, but really just not too much. I can just throw it on super tight tunnel shots, and it'll just go super straight and sit down for me. My last T-Bird is a 172 T-Bird, took the stamp off of it. It's my stable T-Bird. I can just throw it flat, and I know it's going to come back left. It's not super hard, but you know, it'll go straight, but I know it's going to break left pretty hard and get a big skip. But I love that one. My second go-to one, honestly. Really like it. On my mid-ranges, first one, Stargator. Just love this thing. If it's a little too far for... If it's a little bit shorter than what I want to throw my Firebird or my Max on, this is what I pull out. I just love it. Not as skippy as I wanted it to be. Wanted to get a Champ one, but those are like really expensive at the Dynamic Disc store around me, and I felt like the Glow ones would be a little bit too overstable, but you know, I may get one for Christmas and see how that flies compared to this. But really liking this thing. Just wish it had a little more skip for it, because I like to use it for a couple of skip shots in courses around me, but I really like this disc. Next are my Makos. Love these things. Tried them out because a couple of my friends found some, said they were great, wanted to get them. Try them out. So I have a 180 Mako. This one's just super straight for me. I can just throw it flat, and I know it's just gonna sit straight down. I can throw with a little bit of Anheuser and it'll hold it. I can throw a little bit of Heiser and it'll kind of flip up for me and just sit down. My next one is 175, took the stamp off of it. Just my slightly more understable one. I can throw it flat and it's just gonna break right just a tiny bit, and throw with a Heiser and it's just, or an Anheuser, and it's just gonna hold it and it's just gonna sit down. I can throw it with Heiser and it'll flip up and kind of S a little bit, but not too much. Really liking those though. Next are pretty much the majority of my mid ranges. The Rock. Big Innova fan, so you know, I'm not carrying buzzes because you know everyone's either Buzz fan or Rock fan. I just stick with the Rocks because I throw really only Innova and Innova's branches. So first of all, I have a Glow Rock. Loving this, really. I traded a friend for it because I wanted to hang up my DX Rock because you know, I got an ace with it, so I decided I'd take it out of the bag before I lost it. This is a little more stable than the DX one I had. The DX one was super beat in. Normally people say those are understable, but I found mine to be super straight. I didn't ever find it flipping on me. It just really sat down perfect. This one's straight, and then it just kind of fades out just a tad bit, but really sits down. Don't have to worry about it, you know, going way too far to the left. Next is my KC Pro Rock, 173. That last rock was 180. I don't really throw this too much, surprisingly. I don't know why. I think it's because I kind of have a happy medium with a couple of them, so it's like I don't really need this in the bag. I might be changing it out for a different weight, but when I have thrown it, just super straight, kind of a little bit more fade than the Rock, the Glow Rock I have. So you know, don't really find myself throwing that one too much. Besides the Gator I have, this is the most overstable other mid-range I have. It's a McPro Rock 3, pretty much brand new. Only thrown it like 4 times probably. Don't know why I haven't thrown it much, because I want it to be I've heard when they beat in really well, they either go super straight or they go straight to tad bit understable. So that's what I'm hoping out of this one. So probably gonna be throwing this on a lot more, beating it in, but loving it so far for the 4 times I've thrown it. My next two are Champ Rocks. I have 2 of them. 180, both 180. This one is my new one because my old one was starting to, you know, ride up on me a little bit and go slightly understable, like out of the hands. So I decided it was time for a new one because I tend to see that they beat in pretty fast. So, which isn't a bad thing, honestly. But really liking this one, actually, honestly, more than my first one. But really great disc, honestly. I recommend it. This was the first beat in one. It's super. It's straight, honestly, with a little bit of it'll flex on me a little bit, but that's about it. It'll flip a little bit, but sits down, does what I want it to. Last rock is a G-Star Rock 3. Absolutely love this one. Probably my one of my favorites out of them all. Super straight. I just beat the heck out of it. I just threw it at a tree a bunch, honestly, just because I wanted to beat in so fast. Just super straight. It'll flex a little bit. If I throw it really hard, it'll flex a little bit, but I know it's going to come back. If I throw it flat, it's just going to sit down straight. I can throw it with a little bit of hyzer, and it'll hold it, and it'll just sit down. I love it. It's honestly probably my favorite, actually. But now on to my putters. I have 4 putters, and 2 of them being my putting putters. First one, I'll go to my throwing putters. P2 Psycho, a little more stable than the Nova that I carry. So, you know, this is really straight for me, so if I need something that's a little bit shorter that I don't want to throw a mid-range on, but I need a little bit more stability, I'll throw my P2 Psycho. Really like it. S-Line 175, great disc, I recommend it. Next is the XT Nova. I recommend getting an XT because at least I found the Star tended to be a little too unpredictable. It kind of did whatever it wanted, but, you know, XT Novas, I found, are money, hold any line I put them on, just sit down flat, and I just love them. And then, lastly, my putting putters, McPro AVRs. I love these things. Thrown all AVRs ever since I started, just love them. Found that I didn't want to go with KC, but I wanted harder plastic because I didn't like the beat on the KC. Thought I'd grab some McPros after Paul won his 3rd Worlds. Grab the pink ones because that's the color he won with. So, yeah, but I'm really liking these. I recommend them if you want a stiffer, beadless AVR. Let's see, what else do I have? Okay. Oh, yeah, my utility discs. I carry a Max and a Firebird. Love the Firebird. It's a great disc for someone who wants an overstable meat hook kind of disc. I had a flick at one point. I find them to slightly fly the same, except for skip-wise. I kind of used my flick as a skip shot, and I was hoping it would be the same way with the Firebird to replace it. Didn't get that much skip out of it. Still a great disc. Gets enough skip if you need it to. Great disc. Recommend it. Last disc in my bag is a Max, Star Max, 175 grams. Super trustworthy. I know if I throw it flat, it's just going to go left. If I throw it a hyzer, it's just going to come down super fast because it's so overstable. I think it's 11405. Don't quote me on that, but I think those are the flight numbers on it. I know it has a 5 fade and a 0 high-speed turn, but just super reliable. Throw both of them for Tomahawks and Thumbers, just super reliable. Love them. Let's see what else. Carry a birdie bag for when my hands get sweaty because I live in Texas, and so, you know, during the summer it would, you know, my hands would get all sweaty and I would just either, you know, towels wouldn't dry them and I would let go of disc too soon because my hands are sweaty. So I thought I'd just go ahead and purchase this from the Dynamic store by one of our local courses. Great, love them, totally worth it. Let's see what else. Some minis, just some SLD minis. This one glows in the dark. Shout out to Nate for getting me this. Super great. Love these, I guess. I don't know why I said that. I love throwing my minis, I guess. See, what else do I have? Some Sharpies. Have some more in the back here. Some tape, just in case, like, somebody's stool thing falls off or anything like that. If I cut my hand, you know, I still gotta play the round. That's about it. Carry some pens for scorecards and stuff, but yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.